the night shift girl in his office. Ethan Cross learned early in life that silence could be louder than noise. He was born in a small town where dreams ended early and expectations were low. His mother worked double shifts at a factory, and his father fixed engines until his hands shook too badly to hold tools. Ethan was quiet, not shy, but observant. He learned how to disappear into books and later into screens. Technology gave him order, and logic gave him comfort. By 16, he was fixing computers for neighbors. By 22, he was writing code that professors could not fully explain. By 30, he had built core systems from a rented basement office. At 41, he owned one of the most powerful data intelligence firms in the country. Yet every night when the city slowed, Ethan Cross felt unbearably alone. The higher he climbed, the fewer people stood beside him. His marriage collapsed quietly, with no shouting and no drama, just absence. His wife once said, "You are never really here," and she was right. After the divorce, Ethan stopped pretending to live outside work. He slept less, worked more, and spoke little. His office became his home, with glass walls, a steel desk, and endless screens. He stayed long after employees left and long after security guards made their rounds. Night belonged to him. That was when the notes began. The first one appeared on a Tuesday near midnight, a pale yellow square placed carefully near his keyboard. It read, "You should rest, even machines need sleep." Ethan stared at it, then looked around the room. No cameras triggered, no alarms sounded, and no alerts appeared. He assumed it was a joke or a mistake, and he threw it away. The second note appeared 2 nights later. It read, "You are always the last light on." This time, he folded it and placed it in his drawer. The third note changed everything. It read, "I clean this floor every night. You never leave early." Ethan leaned back in his chair, for the first time noticing the quiet hum beyond his office, the vacuum sounds, the soft footsteps, and a presence he had never acknowledged. The night cleaners, invisible people working invisible hours. That night, Ethan flipped the paper over and wrote, "Why do you leave notes?" The next evening, the reply waited for him. It said, "Because nights are quiet, but people are not." Something inside him shifted. He began waiting for the notes. Each one felt like proof that he existed outside spreadsheets and forecasts. The notes were never intrusive or demanding, just gentle observations. "Your office feels heavy. The city sounds different after midnight. Lights stay on when someone is afraid of the dark." Ethan replied honestly, more honestly than he had with anyone in years. "I do not know how to stop working. I do not know who I am without it." Her reply arrived the next night. "You do not need to stop, just do not disappear." Weeks passed and the notes continued. She wrote about exhaustion, about working nights because rent demanded it, and about dreams postponed. He wrote about pressure, about fear of failure, and about the emptiness success never filled. They never signed their names. One night he asked, "Do you ever feel invisible?" Her response came slower than usual. "Every night." Another night he asked, "Why write to me?" She answered, "Because you look like someone who forgot how to be seen." Ethan began leaving earlier, just slightly. He began sleeping more, just a little. Then one night there was no note. The desk was empty and the silence screamed. The next day, Ethan noticed a folded paper near the service hallway. It was a resignation form. Lily Morgan, night cleaning staff. That night, Ethan left his office for the first time in years. He found her near the elevator, holding a notebook. "Wait," he said. She turned, startled. "You are the office," she said. "And you are the notes," he replied. She smiled softly. "I did not think you noticed." "I did," he said. "I just did not know how to speak." "I am leaving," she said. "Day job, writing classes." I am glad, he said, but I will miss the notes. She hesitated, then said, we can talk without paper. That night they sat in the break room, sharing cheap coffee and real words. The break room was small, a forgotten space between offices and elevators, with a flickering light and a scratched table. Ethan had passed it for years without ever entering. They spoke carefully. I am Ethan, he said. I know, she replied. Your name is on every floor. I am Lily, she said. They talked about childhood, about quiet homes, and about learning to stay unseen. She told him writing was her escape, and he told her control felt safer than people. Nights became conversations, and conversations became comfort. Lily brought her notebook, and he read her story about a man living in glass and a woman working in shadows. You see people, she said. I see patterns, he replied. Weeks passed. Lily left the night shift, and Ethan stopped staying past midnight. They wrote messages now instead of notes. One night, Lily disappeared. Days passed, and Ethan realized how much space she had filled. Then she returned. I was accepted, she said. A writing program. Pride and fear crossed his face. I do not want to disappear again, he said. Then do not, she replied. They did not promise forever. They promised honesty. Lily left the city quietly, and Ethan felt the absence deeply. They stayed in touch through emails and late-night calls. Lily faced doubt, rejection, and fear. Ethan listened and stayed. At work, Ethan changed. He softened and he listened. People noticed. You are different, they said. I am present, he replied. When Lily returned in winter, she stood stronger. I finished my manuscript, she said. He smiled. They walked slower now and chose each other daily. Winter passed, and pressure returned. Ethan nearly disappeared again. You are doing it, she said. He closed his laptop. I am staying, he said. Lily submitted her work again, and this time an email stayed. They wanted to publish. She called him crying. You did this, he said. We did, she answered. The book launch was small. Ethan stood watching, proud. This, he realized, was success, not applause, but growth. Later, they returned to the break room with the flickering light and the scratched table. Lily placed a note on the table. I stayed. Ethan added one beneath it. So did I. Years passed, and time changed them quietly. Morning replaced midnight. Lily published more books, and readers wrote to say, You noticed me. Ethan funded quiet programs, night classes, and writing rooms without names or credit. One night they returned to the building. The break room waited. Lily placed her old notebook down, and Ethan turned off the light. Darkness came, but not loneliness. Later, a child asked, How did you meet? Ethan said, She left notes and I learned to read. Lily said, He stayed and I chose to speak. Outside, the city moved endlessly. Inside, a light remained, not from fear but from love choosing to stay.